Hi guys, I wanted to share with you the stuff I've been looking at with the Oculus integration package on the Unity Asset Store and have a look at some hand tracking. Let's dive right in. So, I thought it'd be cool to have a look at the Oculus integration package rather than use the XR interaction toolkit for a change, and have a look at some of the stuff that's going on with the hand tracking with the Oculus Quest. And there's a few things we just need to do in Unity to get that all set up and running. And I'll talk you through those steps so you can try it out for yourself. So we're going to need to still install the XR plugin management. We'll install that under the project settings, XR plugin management, and then install XR plugin management. And then we want to tick Quest on Windows, or Oculus, I should say. And we'll do the same for the Android settings, just check Oculus as well. Then you need to visit the Unity Asset Store and you want to type in Oculus integration, and you should see it first one that comes up on the list, free, nice. And you want to click to add to my assets if you're haven't got it already. And then back in Unity, you go to Window, Package Manager, and where it's got packages, you go to My Assets, do a search for Oculus integration, and you see I've got it there, which is the version 37. It was released on February the 1st. We'll go ahead and import that. We'll say yes to everything. You get a little notification just to say that Oculus has detected a newer version, so we'll say yes. Why not? OpenXR backend. OpenXR is now fully supported by Oculus. Cool. Use OpenXR. Why not? Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, and it's going to update my spatializer. I love having my spatializer updated. Let's go. And once Unity's booted back up again, you'll see you've got the Oculus folder in the project. And you want to go to the Oculus project config. Looks like this. And then in the inspector tab, just make sure where it's got hand tracking support that we're going to change it to controllers and hands. And then we want to navigate to the scene. We want to test out some of the new functions with the hand tracking and have a look at what's going on. So we'll go to interaction, samples, and scenes. And let's have a look at the basic pokey. We'll import the TMP essentials and we are good to go. And this is the scene. And you'll see, well, those gizmos are massive. Let's make them smaller. When we fire it up, we'll be able to use the Oculus hand tracking. So we won't have any controllers, but we'll be able to interact with all of these buttons. So to get that on our headset, I'm going to go to File, Build Settings, Add Open Scene, swap to Android because I'm going to be using my Quest for this one. I'm going to change the texture compression to ASTC and switch platform. So once that's all swapped over, we need to go. I'm going to go ahead and build this to my device. We could use the link cable. I haven't got one. You could also look at using the Air link as well. I've been having some problems with that recently, so it looks like they must be doing something with an update or something. I'm not too sure, but I'm going to go ahead and build this to my device, and then we can test out the scene. You might get an error that comes up, just warning you about the OpenXR requiring linear lighting, and if that's the case, you just go to Player Settings, and you go down to Player. And you want to scroll down until you've found the rendering color space. Mine's a bit hidden. Let's pull it out. And at the moment you can see it's set to gamma. We'll go ahead and change it to linear. And once that's re-imported, we can clear and try build and run again. And then when it loads in the headset, you can go to unknown sources if you've done a build, and you'll find it in there. And then you'll be able to interact with the world. I had a little bit of a glitch when I first loaded up the scene, so I actually had the controllers instead of hands. And I just needed to reset the app and then it was all working again. But you will need to make sure you've got your hand tracking enabled on the headset for this to work as well. And then you have a table of goodness in front of you, which you can interact with the content. So you've got this little scroll here, which you can reach out with your hand, detects where your finger is, and it enables you to interact with the scroll. And you've got a pressy touchpad where you can press the buttons. And what's nice about this is that it doesn't let your hand go through. It makes you feel like you're actually making contact with the button. Obviously there's no haptics, but at least it gives you a little bit of visual feedback that you're actually pressing these buttons. And you've got the pressy touchpad, which is another cool little button. Again, your finger doesn't go through it, which is really nice. It actually feels like you're interacting with the world a little bit. And then you've got some hover buttons that you can interact with and click on as well. So let's have a quick look at another scene. We've got a scene selection here. Now I didn't include all of these in the build, so these aren't going to work. So I'm going to quickly run that up and we'll jump in and have a look at some of the grabs. So I've added in those new scenes, and now when we press the buttons on the left, we'll jump to a different scene where we can interact with the world in different ways. This one, we can pick up objects. Our hand will morph to fit the objects that we picked up. See, I've got hold of the cup there, script it right. Pose detection, which is really cool, where you can make different shapes of your hand, and it's going to detect the shape that your hand's made. Have a play around with this yourself and see what interactions are available to you. It gives you just an idea of what else is available aside from the XR interaction toolkit. You can actually use the Oculus integration to do some different things as well, which is very cool. If you'd like to see more of the Oculus integration videos, then leave a comment in the comments section and we'll make it happen. But have a go of this yourself, guys, and see what you think. The lab videos will continue next week, where we're making our escape room VR game. So more of that then. But I hope you liked it. I'll see you in the next one. So.